Hey guys, so here is my last collection video for my PlayStation 3. I do know that the PlayStation 4 has come out, but I really haven't found a motivation to buy it yet. Maybe find it for a better price or a better bundle or deal on Black Friday one of these years. But I will probably continue to buy PS3 games because a lot of them are cheap nowadays, and even though they're pretty hard to find since a lot of them are out of print, finding one of those gems and for a really cheap price is a thrill for me. So I don't think I won't stop collecting. I am ashamed to say that I haven't played a majority of these games because I really haven't had the time to play my PlayStation 3. It's in another part of my house and it's really hard to access it because a lot of other people are using it. So I'll probably go really quickly past those games that I haven't played and just talk about the games I have. I will showcase my games in alphabetical order, starting off with 3D Game Heroes. I said in my previous collection video that this is very reminiscent of the classic Zelda games, but with its own kind of unique flair. The art style, which is like dot beads, is really unique. The amount of sword types and customizations and stuff, being able to customize your own character, is really a cool spin on the whole Zelda formula. And because I'm a big fan of Zelda and even a big fan of the top-down kind of perspective of Zelda games, this is a thrill to play and really awesome to traverse the world. From there, I also have Batman Arkham Asylum, Game of the Year Edition. So this is probably one of the best licensed Batman games. A great Metroidvania 3D action adventure game. I also have the sequel to this game, Batman Arkham City, Game of the Year Edition. I really hate the cover of this because you really don't need to suffocate it with all these review scores and quotes, but the game is really fantastic, and I kind of prefer this game over the other one just because I like how the world is way bigger and the mission structures are way more diverse and stuff. I really also like the story. I didn't like the whole final climax of Arkham Asylum, but the finale of Arkham City really captivated me more than Asylum, and this is probably one of my favorite multi-platform PS3 games. I also have Best of PlayStation Network Volume 1. I haven't downloaded these, that's why I picked up the physical version, and I think it's a pretty good price, paying $20 at the time for 4 really great PSN games. I've only played Sound Shape so far, one of my favorite sound platform games. I do want to try out Fat Princess since that's gotten a lot of praise, and Vikings Attack and Tokyo Jungle I haven't really heard much about, but I do want to try them out when I do have the time. So great collection of games and I highly recommend it. I don't know when Volume 2 is coming out, maybe that's only for the PS4 or something, but great collection. This next game, I've only played like the first quarter of it, and I really need to go play it because it's so highly rated and so highly regarded. And that is BioShock. I only have the first BioShock. I do want to get the other 2, but I really appreciate how atmospheric it is and how kind of creepy and really weird the game is. And I can't wait to keep going through it. I heard there's a lot of big twists. I haven't really seen any, so can't wait to see those. I really enjoyed these 2 games for its creative blend of first-person shooter and RPG, and those are Borderlands 1 and 2. I really wish I had the Game of the Year editions for each because I really like the new classes they introduced later on. And for what the originals are worth, they're pretty good class picks and stuff, and the adventure and story is really funny and unique. This is probably one of the most cartoony zombie games I've played, and that is Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. I wanted to get this version just because there's a lot more downloadable content in this game, as well as being able to play the original Dead Rising character, Frank West. And I haven't really played the first one, but I heard great things about this, and I saw some gameplay of it, and it looked really quirky and cool. This game is way too hard for me. I wish I played it some more, but I really haven't had the chance to. And that is Demon's Souls. This is a great game, I know that, but I guess it's just not for me, and I wish I could get into it, but I just can't delve into it as much as other people have. So, but I'm glad I still have it in my collection. Next, I have Dishonored Game of the Year Edition, published by Bethesda. I heard a lot of great things about this. It was one of the best games last year, I believe. So I got in the slipcover case, and I like slipcovers. It's still sealed though. I haven't played it, but I can't wait to. I also haven't played this game, but it's open because my brother has played it, and that is Dragon Age Origins. The new Dragon Age game, Dragon Age Inquisition, just came out, and that's been getting a lot of rave reviews. And this is one of the best entries into the series as well, so I do want to check this out eventually. Guess what? And I haven't played this one either, and that is Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, still sealed. Created by Bethesda, and I do like Skyrim, so I heard this is just the Elder Scrolls series with guns. I do want to check that out. So I have the full series of God of War, Ascension, Origins Collection, the first 2 and 3. Great action-adventure games. I haven't played these 2, but I have played the original trilogy, and I have to say they're great, great progression of action. I haven't played this game, although a lot of people recommend it, and that is Grand Theft Auto 4 combined with the episodes from Liberty City. I wanted to check this out before I got Grand Theft Auto 5. I do want to still get Grand Theft Auto 5 when I do play this eventually. I heard this isn't the best in the series, but it's a great entry nonetheless. And this is a great remaster of 2 classic games on the PlayStation 2, and that is the Echo and Shadow of the Colossus collection. Great stories, even though they don't delve into the stories that much, but just great kind of subtle features, and just the world that the game puts you in is one of the most immersive experiences you can ever ask for in a game. So really highly recommend these 2. These 2 games are also great action-adventure games, and those are Infamous 1 and 2. I heard Second Son isn't as great as these 2. I do prefer Infamous 1 over Infamous 2 personally, but nonetheless these are great action-adventure games. It's great to imagine yourself as a superhero. I've always wanted to be either a superhero or a supervillain, and it's great to live out fantasies in this game. I also love electricity powers as well, so I'm glad it blended those 2 in this really cool role-playing action game. This is a great fighting game, kind of similar fighting style as Street Fighter and all that, and that is Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. I didn't get into this that much, but I have played it a couple of hours of it. I like how they pit the DC characters in this whole universe, and there's a lot of great action and characters and really cool storylines and stuff. One of the better fighting games that came out. And next I have another PSN collection, and that's Journey, the Collector's Edition. It comes with Flower, Flow, and Journey. It also comes with 3 mini games that game company made. I heard Flow isn't the best game in this collection, but Flower and Journey are great experiences to play. Not really fun games to play, but more of experiential games to play. I haven't played it though, but my dad has, and he really enjoys it. And then this is one of the best platformers on the PlayStation, and that is Little Big Planet Game of the Year Edition. I don't have the second Little Big Planet. I do want to get it, but I haven't had the chance. But this is a great introduction to the Sackboy and his whole adventure. I really haven't made any levels in this, and being able to play unlimited levels online is a great addition. I don't have the first game in this series, but there's a comic in it that goes over the first game's events, and that is Mass Effect 2, one of my favorite games of all time. You go through this adventure, meeting new characters and interacting with new characters and really bonding with them, and by the end of the game you really care what happens to them, and I've never really felt that in a game. So I love not only just the action-adventure portion of the game, but the story as well. Not my favorite racing game on the PlayStation, Mod Nation Racers. It really needs more improvement in its frame rate as well as its quality of its race tracks. I know there's a level editor where you can make your own race tracks. I really haven't been able to check any of those out online though, but I do acknowledge that even though this has a great base of people who still play it, it's just not for me. I haven't played these 2 games, so I'll just mention them. That's Ni no Kuni and Payday 2. This fighting game I did not like, and that is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I'm too used to the whole Super Smash Bros. Formula, where you get a percentage based on how many hits you take, and because there's an absence of that, and this really relies on using supers to finish people off, I didn't really enjoy it that much. This is another top 5 favorite games of all time for me, and that is Portal 2. Valve created a really great atmospheric world. The whole operating system in this game, GLaDOS, is one of the funniest characters of all of gaming. Just the story and the witty dialogue and everything is just really crafted to perfection. So one of the best puzzle games. I highly recommend it. I really haven't delved into this game that much. Puppeteer. I heard it's a great platformer, so can't wait to try that out. I only played the first 2 games in this series. I haven't really checked out the last one, and that is the Ratchet & Clank series. My dad is a big fan of these games. I am too, but I just haven't had enough time to play them. But this is one of the best action games as well on the PlayStation. I really enjoy it. Here's another one of my favorite PS3 games, but it doesn't necessarily break into my top 5. And that is Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year Edition. You probably noticed that I do like to buy Game of the Year Editions over the original copies, just because I don't like purchasing DLC separately. I do think this game in particular is pretty overrated, but don't get me wrong, it's still a great game. I do like the whole Western Grand Theft Auto vibe it puts out, and I do like the whole slow motion kind of mechanic it has with its gunplay. Really expansive game, and that is Skyrim, the Legendary Edition. This comes with the slip cover as well. It's really unfortunate of me to say that I've only played the first like 5 hours, which is not even scratching the surface of this really open world game. It's a great game so far. I just haven't had the time to play it, but I really can't wait to go in and really explore it. I haven't played this game, but it's open because my brother played it, and that is Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. I have played the original Sly Cooper games on the PlayStation 2, so this is supposed to be the 4th entry, and I can't wait to see if it rises up to the excellence the last 3 put in place. This game wasn't my favorite in the series. I still prefer the 3rd one, and that is Soul Calibur 4. I just thought the fighting and the amount of modes in this game wasn't as expansive and diverse as the 3rd entry. But nonetheless, it still has that same Soul Calibur formula and stuff, so it was good for that. Not a fan of this game at all. I am a fan of Star Wars, but just Lego and Star Wars combined, I didn't like the whole gameplay, and the puzzles weren't that hard, and it just didn't interest me as much. But I do understand why a lot of people like it. This is one of my favorite fighting games, and that is Tekken 6. I did think the last entry, Tekken 5, was better than this, but I do like how they evolved the gameplay through a rage system. Still, the amount of modes in this is still really cool and diverse and great. I have only played the first hour of this game, and I do want to get into it more, and that's Tomb Raider. Many people say it's like Uncharted, and I do see how it is. Really great atmospheric game as well. The world is really immersive, and I didn't expect there to be so many RPG elements into this, but I should have, because it's published by Square Enix and stuff. But one of the best adventure games. And the last 2 games I have are probably the best Sony exclusives. I rated it my favorite in my top 5 video, and that is Uncharted 2 and 3. I don't have the first one because I played it at my friend's house and I didn't really feel the need to pick it up. But the second and the third games are really great cinematic adventure games that really entertain you till the end. I can't really say any more than has been said about these great games, so that pretty much rounds off my PlayStation 3 collection. PlayStation 3 is one of my favorite consoles. I've already made my top 5 video, so check that out if you want to see it. I will eventually pick up the PlayStation 4 when it gets either cheaper or more great games that come out for it. Maybe when Uncharted 4 comes out or something. And happy holidays and happy New Year's.